Well, alhamdulillah ta'ala. Good to have you. You're here in Jeddah or somewhere else?
Jeddah, yes. In Jeddah.
MashaAllah. Welcome, son.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ustad.
Alaikum salam.
The display is ready and we'll be starting the recording. You may start now.
Jazakallah khair. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته, everyone. Good to see you and good to have you again, mashallah. We have new faces. We have Bilal with us this time. Have your son. You're welcome. And also I think we have Muhammad Yatak. I think Muhammad is also new with us. So may Allah bless everyone and make such gatherings as beneficial as possible, inshallah ta'ala. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who participated and shared with me his feedback on the assignments I gave you last time. And I expect the others, inshallah ta'ala, to join and to participate and interact, inshallah. So please, guys, we need to do better interaction. Whenever I give you anything, do your best to do it. And mashallah, some of you guys went to an extent and they performed the assignment more than I expected, mashallah. So the articles written by some of you, like Abdurrahman, Paulo, and Abdurrahman Arif, and also Hamza before that, and the conducting the class. My idea was only to do it personally without having to record it between you and a friend, just to teach him whatever you have learned in this class. But mashallah, some of you guys surprised me and went to an extent that they recorded through a Zoom class. They made a PowerPoint presentation and they delivered the subject to their friends and relatives in a very professional manner, mashallah. So may Allah reward you all. Thank you all, and thank you Hamza, thank you Abdullah Paulo for doing that presentation and sharing it with others. But if some of you guys did it without recording, this is fine, and this is what I expected from you guys to do. But please inform me that you have done it. What was your experience? How, what was the reaction of others? Were you able to, fathom the content of the material that you're going to present to others? Just to keep Bilal and Muhammad Yatak in track, we started almost this class a year ago. And we have gone through some books and some important topics. So lately, I presented to the students to go over the first book, which is Aqidati. I'll share again the link in the Telegram channel. It's available there. And they can read the book and divide the book into lessons and try to learn it in a first step. The second step is to teach it to others. And of course, teaching it, I'm not expecting you guys to go in a classroom and bring everyone around you, but I want to have you trained on how to understand the material and then present it to others in a simple way, which they can understand and share knowledge, gain knowledge from you. I also recommended to the students that if you don't have anyone around you, just teach the words. Why are we doing this? To get ourselves trained on how to teach others and deliver information to them, inshallah ta'ala. So try to do that, inshallah ta'ala, personally. Even if you are alone, you have no one around you, try to get into the state where you are preparing yourself to be a future teacher, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, barakallah fikum. Any questions so far, guys? Excellent. So inshallah ta'ala, today we'll start doing a quick review over our last book, My Worship, Ibadati. And we have finished the first unit of the book. We had 2 units in this book. The first unit is about ablution and the rulings of ablution, wudu. The second unit is pertaining the salah, prayer, and the important rulings that we need to maintain as Muslims, inshallah. So let us do a quick recap on the first unit. And I expect you guys not to look into your notes, try just to squeeze your memories and see how much you can remember, inshallah. So make sure you close your books, and if you have any PDF file, try not to look into it, and let us start, inshallah. Right, we have covered in the class ablution, wudu, that there are two types or two states in which a person is required to do purification, right? So a person can go through two states. Who remember these two states of impurity? Two states of impurity. Abdurrahman Paulo, go ahead.
Minor impurity and major impurity. I do not remember the Arabic, but I think it was tahara and najasa.
حدث أصغر وحدث أكبر, right? So it's a major state of impurity and minor state of impurity. So those are the two states of impurity. What is required in every state? What is required in the case of major state of impurity? If I want to perform salah, Abdurrahman Arif, please.
Perform shower.
أحسنت يا عبد الرحمن. You must take a full shower. You must take a full shower. Good. So once a person is in a major state of impurity, he is required to take a full shower. Good, excellent. Right, tell me, in the case of major state of impurity, is it enough to do just a shower, or must we include ablution in this shower? Siraj, you have an answer?
Yes, sir. We must include ablution in the if we have a major state of, if we are in the major state of impurity.
If we are in a major state of impurity, Siraj says that we are required to take a wudu in addition to the shower. Who agrees with Siraj, guys?
Me.
Bilal, you agree with Siraj? Good. Who else? Ahmed and Usama agree with Siraj?
What did he say?
Abdurrahman Baulu, you agree also? Is it wajib? Is it obligatory to take wudu for the major state impurity, or is it enough to take just a shower? Abdurrahman Arif?
I think the answer is maybe it is that you have to take a that you can take a shower, but then you need to wash your ears and your mouth and your nose.
Okay, but not necessarily a full wudu, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Ahmad. Yeah, notice, guys, in the case of the major state of impurity, if you take a shower, it is good enough. It is good enough. If you add an ablution, it is good also and acceptable. We have two types of showers when it comes to the major state of impurity. Either the complete shower, which includes ablution, or the minimal level of shower, which is only a shower without ablution. Both are fine for the major state of impurity. Okay, but we have cases where we may need to take a shower, like someone went on and had a soccer game or a basketball game, and he wants to take a shower to cleanse himself. This kind of shower, it's not regarded or regarding major state impurity, right? It's only to cleanse myself. Here in this case, we must include ablution. In this case, we must include ablution. But in the major state of impurity, it is recommended, but not obligatory, to include ablution. Is this clear, guys?
Yes.
Good, excellent, excellent. طيب, in the case of the minor state of impurity, what are we required to do if you want to perform salah, for instance? Bilal, go ahead. Your mic, Bilal, is off.
Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, the question is, if you are in a minor state of impurity, okay?
Yeah.
What do you need to do in order to make salah?
You need to make wudu.
Wudu only. Do I need to make a shower?
No, no need for shower.
Good, ahsant, Bilal. We only make wudu in this case. We only make wudu. Ahmed, by the way, brought an important point when he said, when we take shower, we must include, sniffing water into the nose and gargling water in the mouth and making sure that water gets into the, ears. You wash inside, not water getting inside the ear, but make your hands wet and cover the earlobe and the outside part of the ear with water. So to make sure that the entire body is covered with water. Okay, so this is, whenever we take shower, we must do that, especially in the case of a major state of impurity. Ahsantum, we're doing good so far, mashallah. We have covered also that the water that we use in order to take a shower and make ablution with, it's of two types. What are the two types of water? What are the two types of water? Abdurrahman Baul.
Pure and impure water.
We have pure, tahur, and we have impure, najis, right? Pure and impure. Which water can we do ghusl, shower, or wudu in order to make salah, for instance? Which type of water can we use? Siraj, go ahead.
Sheikh Mashhoor, Ahmad and Osama always raising their hand, but it's not too soon. Maybe you cannot see him. They're raising their hand by their own hand.
Maybe we should display the entire attendance.
Yeah.
We can see them all.
Ahmad and Osama, you may raise your hand through Zoom option, so Sheikh Mashhoor can see it.
We have Hatem also with us here. Hatem
is our new one. This is the one we invited today.
Ya marhaban ya Hatem, good to have you, son.
Welcome.
Hatem, can you hear us?
Hatem, you are calling yourself.
Yeah.
Where are you, Hatem? What part of the world are you in? Are you in Jeddah?
Yes.
You are, mashallah. Mashallah, good. Barakallah feek. طيب, Siraj, I said, you have an answer, yes, Siraj?
Pure water, sir.
Say again, yes, Siraj?
Pure water.
Yes, pure water. We can only use pure water for making ablution. Okay, another big question, guys. Get ready. طيب, we mentioned that there are three characteristics for the water that we need to pay attention for. Whether the water became pure or is still pure or became najis. Who can recall these three characteristics? Osama, go ahead.
If its smell, taste, or color has changed, then it's najis.
Good. These are the three characteristics, right? These are the three characteristics. If change, then we need to pay attention. Is this water still valid for wudu or not? So again, those characteristics, the color of the water, if it changes, the odor, smell of the water, and thirdly, the taste. If any of these characteristics change, then we need to pay attention to another issue. What makes the water impure? What makes the water impure? Abdurrahman Baulu.
Impure materials.
Exactly. Impure material. If it is mixed with impure materials, right? And the water, one of these three characteristics, or all of them change, then this water becomes impure. For instance, if we have a small pot of water, right? And a cat comes in and urinates into this pot of water. Okay. Then the water becomes yellowish. Color change, become yellow, right? Can we use it for wudu? Bilal?
Yes, we're not allowed to use it for wudu
Good, because it's, why not?
because the color and smell has changed.
Good, because here in this case, we see that the color had changed, right?
Yeah.
But it changed due to impure material, right?
Yeah.
Because of impure material. Okay, let me rephrase the question in another way. If I have a small pot of water, then 2 leaves of tree fell into this pot of water. Notice 2 leaves of tree. And it became greenish, slightly green. So here, notice the color changed, right? Can we still use this water for ablution? Abdurrahman Arif?
Yes.
Abdurrahman is saying, yes, we can use it. Who agrees with Abdurrahman? Show me hand if you agree. You guys agree with Arif? Abdurrahman Arif? MashaAllah. Everyone agrees. Umar is there also.
Yeah.
Good. So in this case, notice the change was not because of impure material, right? But rather pure material, right?
Yes.
That water is still called water. It is still called water. Okay, another example, guys. The same small pot of water. I went on and used it to mix lemon with it. And it became lemon juice. Okay. Can I still use it for wudu this time? Tough question, right? Of course, you're not thirsty. If you're thirsty, go ahead and drink it, but you need to make wudu. Can I use it for wudu? Ahmad, please.
Ustad, you cannot use it to do wudu because it's not water. It's lemonade.
Good. Good. Also justification, yeah, Ahmad. I cannot use it. Why? It's not called water anymore, right? Once the water is not called water anymore, I cannot use it for ablution. Another similar example, if the small pot of pure water, I go ahead and place 2 tea bags inside this water, and it becomes red, right? Red. Is it still water? Siraj?
No, sir, because then it has become tea.
Yeah, it's not called water anymore, right? Rather, it is called what?
Tea.
Tea, right? Once the name of water is not used anymore, once we call it something else, but not water, here we cannot use it for ablution. You cannot say, I don't have any water at home, but I have this kettle, which is full with tea. I'm going to make wudu with it. Is his wudu valid? No, it's not valid because he's not using water to make ablution. He's using tea to make ablution. That's why such wudu is not valid. Is this clear, guys? Okay, good. We have a huge water pond, okay? And there are some trees around that water pond. And subhanAllah, so many leaves fell into that water pond. It became greenish. Can we use it for wudu? What do you guys think? Can we use it for wudu? Yes, yeah, Ahmed.
So you can use it for wudu.
Good. How come it is greenish?
So because the leaves, they are pure.
Good. Leaves are pure. But what if those leaves, all of them were tea bags, and this pond became reddish?
So that's a pond of tea.
Okay, then if now the entire water of that pond, which became reddish because of this, so many tea bags that fell into it, now it is called tea, right? It's not called water anymore. Unlike in the case of the leaves that fell into the water and made it greenish in color, that water is still called water, right? Despite changing its color slightly, still called water. So I need to pay attention that whenever you are at home and you find water, if that water changed slightly because of pure material, but is still called water, you can use it. But if that water changed color and became named something else, like juice or tea or coffee, here it's not water anymore. We cannot use it for ablution in this case. Usama, I have a question.
Ustad, can I ask a question?
Go ahead, ya Abdurrahman, go ahead.
What if, since you said that as long as it's still cold water, it's still usable, then what if it is a kind of water that has special properties in it? So for example, carbonated water, sparkling water.
I mean, as long as it is still cold water, okay? Even if it's one of its characteristics or many of them changed, but that water is still cold water. Of course, change because of pure material here I'm talking, not of impure material. Impure material, khalas, it's najas, we cannot use at all, right? But in the case of pure material, if it changes water characteristics, and that water is still cold water. Okay, it's cold water alone. It's not called fragranced water. Fragranced water, it means it's not pure water. It is fragranced water. This type of water we cannot use, right? So once it loses its name, it's not called water alone, or called something else, or called water with something else like fragranced water. This type of water we cannot use for ablution. It must be called water alone. Water alone. Clear, guys? Excellent. Usama or Rahman, do you guys have a question? Usama, go ahead.
That if a leaf falls in a bowl of water or in a pond, the color changes. If the leaf is fresh and it's clean, then the water is still going to be pure. But if the leaf has been lying around on the ground and it was put in there by the wind, then it's no more going to remain clean.
No, I mean leaves are not impure material, right? Leaves are pure material. So if leaves fall into the pond of water, that water is still pure, and we can use even if the water became slightly green, right? Because of the leaf. Similarly, the case if a pond of water became brownish because of the sand and the earth, right? Sometimes may change the color of that pond. We say sand is pure material, and that water is still called water, although it is slightly brown, right? So we can still use it for wudu. But what if the sand or the earth quantity now is so great that this water became mud? Can we use it for ablution? Can we, guys? Yes, Bilal.
Wait, we cannot use it for what?
We cannot use it for ablution, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because it's not called water anymore.
Excellent, ya Bilal. Excellent. It's not called water anymore. It's called mud, right? It's called mud. So we cannot use mud for making ablution. We only can use water. Yes, ya Abdurrahman Arif.
What if the leaves have bird poop?
I did not get your question, yeah, Abdurrahman. Raise your voice a bit.
What if the leaves have bird poop?
Fruit. Is this your question? Or
What if the leaves had bird poop?
Ah, I mean, again, we look into the excretion of the birds, right? If we had 1,000 birds on that tree and you have slightly small pond of water, right? And that pond of water changed one of the three characteristics, right? The excretion of the birds is najis, impure, right? So if the water, even if it were great in number, changed, or great in quantity, change one of its characteristics, its color, its smell, and its taste. Once one of these three things change, or all of them change, or some of them change because of this filth, here it becomes what, the Abdurrahman? Impure, right? We cannot use it for ablution. But another important issue, mashallah, Abdurrahman brought to our attention, if you have a great, like lake, for instance, or a huge pond of water, and some animals came and pooped into this pond of water, right? In one side. The water, because of its great quantity, it did not change in any of the three characteristics, right? As long as it did not change in its three characteristics, in any of its three characteristics, we can use it for ablution. So again, some filth fell into a huge pond of water, but this filth did not change the characteristics of the water. Okay, we can still use that water for ablution. Yes, ya Bilal.
We can still use the water for wudu.
Yes, we can still use it, right? We can still use it.
Yeah.
Right, Usama. Yes, you have something to say, Usama.
So what about the puddles of water? Like
What about?
puddles of water that are on the road. Like when it's
Water
rain.
on the road. Okay, water on the road.
Yeah. After it's rain.
If there is water because of rain on the road, here you need to pay attention. Was there filth on the road itself from sewage, for instance, or something of that sort? Here we cannot use, especially if that water changed color, right? But if you know that this side of the road, like, is in a village, and that village has no sewage at all, and some water, accumulated on the side of the road, on the side of the valley, for instance, and that water did not mix with any impurity, here we can use it for ablution. We can use it for ablution. Abdurrahman Paulo, go ahead.
Ustad, what if we are able to remove the impurities of water?
You're using some kind of mechanism to purify water, right? Yes. Like these days, many of the sewage plants, they take all the sewage which is mixed with water, and they process it in a way in which they bring out from the other side pure water, right? And all the excretion is removed completely, almost 100%. Now you have in hand 100% of pure water. This is one of the contemporary issues in fiqh. So the scholar said, once the water becomes fully pure, even if it were water coming from sewage, and it went through a plant and processed in a manner that became 100% pure, they say we can use it for ablution. We can still use it for ablution, inshallah. Yes, ya Usama.
Ustad, what if the water becomes clean but the smell still remains?
Becomes clean, but what?
What if the water becomes clean but the smell still remains?
Okay, if this smell is because of impurities or filth, can we use this water?
No.
Yes, we cannot use it. We cannot use it. Again, we need to pay attention to the three characteristics. If any of these three characteristics is changed because of filth, right? There is impurity. So we cannot use such water. So if there is water which is crystal clear, right? Looks pure, but there is smell. Smell because of filth, due to mixing it with filth. Here we cannot use such water. Okay, or if there is a taste of filth, but not of purity. Here we cannot use such water because it was mixed with impure substance. Now let us move to the next topic. Who can demonstrate for me how to make a full ablution? A complete ablution. How to make a complete ablution? Yeah, Usama, go ahead. From the very beginning.
First, you have to wash your hands. No, first you have to say Bismillah and make the niyyah.
Okay. So which one is first? Usama, which one is first? Bismillah, then niyyah, or niyyah, then Bismillah?
Niyyah, then Bismillah.
Good. Have intention. Okay, the intention, ya Usama. You say, I intend to make wudu in order to pray for rak'ah of dhuhr in Masjid Abu Bakr behind the Imam so-and-so. Is this a fine intention to do?
No, the intention has to be made in your heart.
In your heart. So you don't have to speak anything, right? So have
Yes.
intention in your heart. Okay, do I need to make intention for a specific salah? Or no need to?
You don't
No
need.
No need to. So, okay, no need to. But if you have intention, it's fine. But no need to. Good. So we have intention, then we say Bismillah. Next.
Next, we wash our hands, which is a sunnah.
Okay.
Then you gargle your mouth
Good.
3 times. Then you blow your nose 3 times.
Good.
Then you wash your face.
Up to how many times?
3 times.
3 times, up to 3 times. Good. Then?
And then you wash your arms
Good.
3 times. Then you do masa once.
Okay. How do you do mask? Okay.
And then you wash your legs.
Okay. When you do mask, what exactly you do with the mask also, ya Usama?
Make your hands wet
Okay.
and wipe over your head.
Rub your head. What do you rub also with in addition to the head?
So, I don't. The beard, if you
Help him.
have one. What's that mean?
You rub your
Beard, if you have one. I know.
No. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Osama, you're washing your head, right?
That's yours.
What else do you wash with your head? Or you wipe with your head? What else do you wipe with your head? You know it, Osama. Come on. At the same time, show me at the same time, when you usually make wudu, how exactly you wipe your head and what you do beside wiping your head. Okay. That's it? Didn't you miss something, Osama? Ahmed, help him.
What's that? Like this, the ear.
Ears, ya Osama, right? Remember? Osama, you remember now?
But that's after you're done with the massage.
Yes, I mean, it's one thing, right? Because the same, you make your hand wet one time and you rub the head with the ears. You don't take another water to rub the ears, right? Same wet hand, you rub your head and then you wipe your ears. Right, ya Osama?
Yes.
Good. Next step.
And then you wash your legs.
Good.
And then you say the dua.
Good. But tell me, when you wash your legs, how many times you have to wash your legs?
3 times.
Do you have to wash your legs 3 times? Is it a must 3 times, not less?
Not a must.
It's 1 time is fine, right? One
Yes.
time is a must. But more than 1 time, up to 3 times, it's recommended. It's fine to do so. It is fine to do so. Taib, excellent. Yeah, Osama. Okay, tell me, guys. If someone, for instance, one issue here, when you gargle and sniff water into your nostrils, how exactly do we do it? Who can give me the permissible ways in which we can do it? To gargle and sniff water into the nose. Siraj, you have an answer?
To sniff water in our nose, we just take some water in our right hand, put it in our nose with it, and take it out with the left hand.
Okay. What about the mouth?
You just take hand in your both. You just take water in your both hands and put it in your water and gargle it up to the bottom of your neck, and then just spit it out.
Right. So in your case, you're saying, Siraj, you take water with your right hand, right, into your mouth, gargle, blow it out, and then you take another time water for your nose, sniff it in, with your left hand, blow it out. Is this what you're saying?
I'm saying that you should do the each step 3 times.
Okay. So if you take one water, for instance, half of it for the mouth, and the remaining half for the nose, you take half to your mouth, spit, the remaining half for your nose, sniff it in, blow it out. This is the sunnah. Okay, 1 scoop for the mouth and nose at the same time. Okay, if you take 1 scoop for the mouth and another scoop for the nose, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, it's fine to do so in this case. So both ways are fine, inshallah. Tayyib. What if someone wipes his head 3 times? Is this fine? What do you guys think?
Yes.
Who says yes? Who agrees with?
Me.
Who said yes, Osama? Okay, who agrees with Osama?
Me.
Show me hand. Omar agrees. Abdul Rahman agrees that you wash your head 3 times. Bilal agrees. Abdul Rahman Arif agrees. MashaAllah, you almost have consensus here, right? No, it's not from the sunnah to wipe 3 times, guys. You are mistaken. You only wipe your head 1 time. Guys, only 1 time. To do it more than that,
I thought you said face.
Sorry?
I thought you said face.
No, I said the head. Did I say the face? If I said the face, no, I was mistaken. I meant the head. I meant the head, okay? The head, we cannot wipe more than 1 time. It's only 1 time, right? But the face, yes, up to 3 times. The face, 1 time is fine, 2 times is fine, 3 times are fine. Okay, excellent, guys. طيب, like some of you guys mentioned, when we wash the hand, do we wash the hand from here to the elbow, up and including the elbow, or from the tip of the fingers to the up and including the elbow? Bilal? Good. From the tip of the hand, like Bilal said, tip of the finger, up and including the elbow. Okay, what if someone washed his hand from the wrist up to the and including the elbow? Is his wudu valid? Osama?
Ustad, the wudu that he made is valid because in the other steps of your wudu you have to make your hands wet.
But who agrees with Usama here, guys? Usama says if he wash his hand from the wrist up and including the elbow, his wudu is valid. You guys agree with Usama? Siraj agrees with Usama. Who else agrees with Usama? Come on, you guys. If you make wudu now, you said I already washed my hand at the beginning, right? So therefore, no need to wash my hands again from the tip up and including the elbow. I'll start from my wrist. Is this a valid wudu? Bilal, yes, what do you think? Bilal says no. Usama, what do you think?
I don't think it's valid wudu.
Yeah, it's not a
I
valid
don't think that's valid.
Okay, Ahmed also says it's not valid. Because what, Ahmed? Because the Quran says, right? يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة فاغسلوا وجوهكم وأيديكم إلى المرافق. The أيدي means the entire hand. Okay? The entire hand. So the hand is from the fingertip up and including the elbow. If you start from here, from the wrist, then your wudu is not valid. Therefore, your salah is not valid too. So be careful, guys. Many people, they do this mistake. They say it's enough to start from here. We say, no, this is wrong. We must start from the fingertips and wash the entire arm up and including the elbow. Excellent. Excellent, you guys. But once we complete the ablution, who remembers the dua that we say once we complete the ablution? What do you guys think? Muhammad Menor, please.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا رسوله
عبده ورسوله. أحسنت يا محمد. أحسنت ما شاء الله. So this is the only dua. While there is a dua, اللهم اجعلني من التوابين وجعلني من المطهرين, many scholars they said this dua is ضعيف. It's not authentic. Okay. So we are just limited to say أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Excellent. طيب. Let us move to the conditions of ablution. So there are, before making ablutions, we must maintain some conditions, right? And we have up to 7 conditions. Who guys can recall some of these conditions?
So can you repeat your question?
Yeah, we have conditions before making wudu, okay? Or making ghusl. We need to make salah. What are these conditions? We have 7 conditions, by the way, that we need to maintain before making ablution. Once we have these 7 conditions maintained, we can make ablution. Who can give me some of them? Abdurrahman Arif, please.
Sane.
Again, Abdurrahman, louder.
Sane.
Sane, yes, the one must be sane. If an insane person makes wudu, his salah is not valid, right? Because he is not required to pray. He is exempted because of insanity. What else? Ahmed.
Ustad, that person should be Muslim.
He must be a Muslim. If a Muslim makes wudu and he goes and prays, is his salah accepted?
Yes.
No, it's not accepted. If a non-Muslim prays, makes wudu to pray, we say your wudu is not valid. You must become a Muslim, then make wudu in this case, okay?
I heard you say Muslim.
Sorry?
I said yes because I heard you say Muslim.
Yes, he must be a Muslim. He must be a Muslim in order for his wudu to be accepted. Okay, what else? Abdurrahman Paulo.
I think removing anything that prevents contact of the water to the skin.
أحسنت يا عبد الرحمن. If there is anything on his skin, like paint, for instance, right? If he was painting his room and some traces of paint were on his covering part of his hand, for instance, part of the parts which he needs to make wudu in, right? Here we say you must remove those impediments, right? In order to make wudu. Okay, what if the paint was on his shoulder? Can he still make wudu? If he had some paint on his shoulder? Yes, Abdurrahman Arif.
You can.
He can? Good. Abdurrahman Arif is saying he can make wudu. Why can he make wudu?
Because it's not in the ablution.
It's not part of the ablution, right? Okay, what if that person is required to take a full shower because of major state of impurity? He must take a full shower and he had paint on his shoulder. Now, is he allowed? Is that shower accepted from him? Siraj, go ahead.
First, he will have to take the paint off his shoulder while taking a shower.
Yes,
Or else
the
shower will not be valid.
If he takes shower with the paint covering part of his shoulder, we say your shower is not valid. You must remove the paint first and then take a full shower if it is a major state of impurity. Okay? Good. But who can give me more conditions? Usama, go ahead.
The age of 7.
Sorry?
The person needs to be at the age of 7.
He must reach the age of discernment, meaning that he is aware of what's right and what's wrong. This is usually around the age of 7. Okay, what's good and what's bad. He's aware of that, what's good and what's bad. So once he reaches that age, his wudu becomes valid. If he's younger than that, like 5 years old, 3 years old, his wudu does not make sense, right? It's only a matter of training him to get ready for the salah and to be prepared once he gets grown up. But it's not required from him to pray or to make wudu even at that young age. Yes, yeah, Usama, Ahmed.
Ustad, you need to have the right intention.
Good. You must have intention. Like we said, if someone walks into the washroom with an intention only to wash his face, right? And without noticing, he finds himself making a complete ablution, right? Is this ablution valid, guys? Yes, Bilal.
It's not valid because he didn't come inside the wudu place intending to make wudu.
Ahsant, ya Bilal. Yes, absolutely right. Because the intention was not there. The intention was only to wash his face. So you must have an intention that I want to make wudu. The intention is to make wudu. If no intention, then that wudu is not valid.
But he gets rewarded, right?
Sorry?
But he still gets rewarded for that.
No, the idea here is that can he make salah with it or not? Right? The salah, he cannot make salah with it. This is the question here. Rewarding, no, it's something else. It's a different issue. But here we're talking about this type of wudu. Are we allowed to make salah with? In this case, because no intention, we cannot make salah with such wudu. You must go back again, have intention, and then do the wudu. Okay, what if I am halfway through my wudu? And I had no intention from the beginning. Once I reached my arms, washing my arm, I said, oh, I did not have intention. Let me have intention in my heart now. Can I complete from where I stopped and finish my wudu? Is it fine if I do this, Bilal?
No. You should
Why not?
repeat your wudu because you didn't have the intention in the beginning.
Yes. We should start from the beginning. The intention should be from the very beginning. You cannot have intention in the middle in the case of wudu, right?
Yeah.
You guys are doing outstanding, mashallah. But I think we have missed maybe one one condition, right? Usama, do you have that condition?
Ustad, we missed two conditions.
What are they?
Ustad, I think that one of them is is the purity of the water,
Ahsan.
and the other one is the abstaining from the invalidators.
Salam alayk ya Usama. Ahsan. So we have missed two of them, right? The water must be pure. Like we said, if you use water which is not pure, or water which is not called water anymore, right? Is this type of water valid to use for ablution? No, you cannot use such water for ablution. Water which is najis, impure, you cannot use for ablution. Also, you must abstain from any invalidators. If someone, for instance, making wudu and releasing air at the same time, is his wudu valid? No, you must stop before making the wudu, right? And then he can make ablution. But for instance, if someone was sick and he releases air without having the ability to hold it, he has a type of sickness where he cannot hold gases, right? So such person is allowed to make wudu and to continue with his wudu and pray with that wudu. Okay. So yes, Bilal, you have a question?
I can't hear you.
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Maybe you have something from your side, Bilal. Can you hear me now, Bilal? Someone write a note in chat for Bilal that to fix his speaker. طيب guys, excellent. Finally, or before last, what are the pillars of wudu? We have pillars, meaning that we cannot miss. We must maintain. It's not optional. Like in the case of washing the hand, right? Only the hand, the very beginning is optional. Doing it 3 times, it is optional. 1 time is good enough, right? And letting the water go through the beard. If you have a thick beard, this is optional, right? So, but we have pillars of wudu that we cannot miss, and they are 6. So those 6 pillars are mentioned in the ayah of Surah Al-Ma'idah, right? يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة. So what are 4 parts of the body are mentioned in this ayah? Starting with what? Who can remember, guys? The four wajib, important obligatory parts of the body that we need to wash. Come on, you guys. Who can recall? Abdurrahman, Paolo, please. Give me one.
The face.
Okay, good. The face, starting with the face. Face is a must. You cannot skip the face. Abdurrahman, Arif.
Arms.
The arms, good. From the fingertip up and including the elbow. Siraj. Go ahead, Siraj. Your mic is
Washing the
off.
face.
We said that already. Washing the face, washing the arm. The third pillar.
And we must.
Must, yes, the head with the ears, right? The head with the ears. This is the third. What about the fourth? Who has the fourth? Usama?
Sami'ak.
Yes. Ustad.
Oh, sorry, Ahmed, I said. I mean, Ahmed.
Usama, your turn.
Ahmed, go ahead, Ahmed.
The 4th pillar is washing the legs.
Washing the feet, right? Washing the feet up and including the ankle, right? So those are the 4 parts: the face, the hand or the arm, the head, and the feet. Those are obligatory 4 parts, must be washed. Now we have two more pillars. Who can remember what are they? In addition to those 4, we have 2 more. Okay, Siraj, give me one.
gargling the mouth and nose.
No, this is part of the face, right? This is part of the face already. So gargling and sniffing the water in the nose, it is part of washing the face. Okay, but we have two more things in addition to those 4 parts. Abdurrahman Arif, do you recall?
Ears?
Sorry?
Is it the ears?
No, it's outside the parts, the 4 parts, something outside the 4 parts. Abdurrahman Paulo?
الترتيب.
Ya salam alayk ya Abdurrahman. MashaAllah. Yes, tartib. What do you mean by tartib?
The arrangement.
Must be in sequence, right? Must be in order. Must start with the face, including the mouth and nose, and then arms, head, and feet. What if someone said, okay, let me wash my arms first, and then the face? Is this valid? No, we must follow the sequence. Someone says, okay, let me wash, I need to start with my feet because they're so dirty. Let me start with my feet, then I'll wash my face and arm and head. Is this fine? What do you guys think? It's not fine, right?
No.
Must be in sequence, starting with the face, then the arms, head, and then finally the feet in this sequence. So this is the fifth pillar, which is it must be in sequence. What about the last and 6th pillar? Yeah, Abdurrahman Arif.
You cannot skip.
What do you mean by you cannot skip? Yeah, Abdurrahman here.
Like you cannot skip like the head.
Yeah, this is follows the sequence, right? Must be in sequence. It must be in sequence. Okay, but we have something else in addition. What is it, yeah, Ahmed?
Ustad, that you cannot take, like, suppose you are in the middle of the wudu, then a phone call happens and you go there, then when you come back, then you cannot continue the wudu. If you have taken a gap which is too long, then you must repeat the wudu.
Ya salam alayk ya Ahmed. Ahsant ya Sheikh Ahmed. This is called al-muwala, right? Al-muwala means that you cannot leave a big gap between one part of your body and the next part. For instance, I washed my face and then my arm. Okay. Then somebody came and knocked my house door. I stopped my ablution. I went to answer the door. It was my friend Muhammad. And I kept chit-chatting with him, talking for 10 minutes. Okay. Now my arm became dry. Can I go back and continue my wudu where I stopped? In this case, no. Why? Because now the gap between the 2 parts is long to an extent that the first part became dry. Okay. If it becomes dry, you cannot continue wudu. You must start from the very beginning. But if you open the door for a few seconds or 1 minute, for instance, and your hand is still wet, your arm is still wet, you can go back and continue your ablution. You don't need to start all over again. So this is the idea of al-muwala, meaning that you're not leaving a long gap between the 2 parts where the previous part becomes dry. Is this clear, guys? So this is the 6th important pillar of ablution. So the 4 parts in addition to sequence, and finally the muwala, not to leave a big time gap in which the previous part becomes dry. So let us stop here, inshallah ta'ala, and hopefully coming class will continue with the remaining stuff. But again, guys, I want you to go back and read whatever we have covered. If I give you anything to read as an assignment within our Telegram channel, please read it and give me and share with me your feedback. Not necessarily you have to write a long essay for me. If you do so, this is outstanding. But at least let me know that you have read the material, you understood it, and you have shared it with someone else or spoke about it with someone else, inshallah. Yes, Ya Bilal.
Where can I find the past reading assignment?
Okay, I'll send an email with the Telegram channel to your dad, Bilal, inshallah ta'ala. You can join that. You can join, inshallah ta'ala. You'll find the previous classes and you find also the links for the books there.
I can send you my email.
Okay, you can send me an email and I'll send you the link for the Telegram channel, okay?
Okay.
Good. I'll be waiting for your email, inshallah, Bilal. And good to have you, son, here. And good to have also Hatem with us. May Allah bless you all, guys. طيب, and also Muhammad Yatak is also with us. Okay, do you have anything in the chat? Nothing, alhamdulillah. Okay, guys, you have anything to share, anything to say? Abdurrahman Arif, you have something to say or share? Okay, good. I guess we'll see you inshallah ta'ala coming Friday, guys. Barakallah feekum wa jazakumullahu khaira wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh jami'an.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Bilal sent his email for me. I will forward to you, Ustaz.
Good, excellent.
You cannot see it again because he.
I think I have his father's email with me. I'll write
you
for
already
him.
sent. I'll send it to you.
Exactly.
Copy paste. That's you can see now. I forward it to you.
Exactly.
You got it, Ustaz?
The chat, you mean?
Yeah, and in the Zoom itself.
Oh, in chat, okay.
Send to me.
I think I have his email with me. I copied it right now. Okay,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, go ahead, Siraj.
BKD.
Yeah, I copied it. It's there, yeah. Go ahead, Siraj.
Yeah, I just couldn't come in the previous class because it's been 2 or 3 weeks since I joined a school for the revision of my Quran.
Oh, mashallah.
And I've alhamdulillah done 5 juz.
Mashallah. Excellent, excellent. May Allah bless such activities, Siraj, and continue the good work, inshallah ta'ala. What you're doing is so pleasing that you are really connected to the Quran and sparing good time for the Quran. And tell me, were you able to join the study circle I've sent you in Medina? Or do you have another there for you?